Welcome to the Holy Mischief Podcast. Here we shine a light on the hidden gems of Cartersville and Bartow County. Helpers, creators, and everyday heroes spreading love and kindness in extraordinary ways. Think of us as Mr. Rogers for adults, sharing stories that spark hope, joy, and a little bit of holy mischief along the way. Pull up a seat, neighbor. It's time to meet the incredible people making a difference in your backyard. Hey friends, welcome back to the Holy Mischief Podcast. We are in season 2 and I'm super excited about it. Holy Mischief is that moment when you disrupt someone's day with love, where you show them some extra kindness and let people know that they are seen and that they matter. And when I thought about who to have on this second season, I thought about Robert Adams. And so he's here with us today. Say hey to everybody, Robert.
Hello, everybody.
We're so excited to have you. I thought about Holy Mischief and you because almost every time I come into the store, you have your dog there. So tell us about your dog.
So Miss Pepper is a big mutt. We did her DNA shortly after getting her, and she's 13% Basset Hound, and then a mix of about 7 or 8 other breeds. A lot of big dogs, and then a little Chihuahua thrown in. But she's the Basset Hound has been the strong gene.
I would have said she was all Basset Hound.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So adopted her from the Etowah Valley Humane Society right as COVID was starting in March of 2020.
She's your COVID dog?
She is.
Aww.
And so very spoiled and was with us, just all the time for that period. And now she's our store dog. She really is kind of Cartersville's downtown mascot because she is so social and knows everybody and is thrilled that everybody thinks that they're there to greet her.
Yeah, I think more stores, businesses, organizations should have some sort of animal mascot that is a therapy pet for somebody.
She is. Has really been a godsend for me because she kind of can tell when I'm getting upset or if something's wrong, and so she'll come and snuggle up and understands what's going on. She was there for me a lot when my father passed away in 22 now. I was going to for the burial because I did that privately, and she just was not going to be left, so she followed me, and so she and I went out there as they buried my father. So
dogs know. They know things.
They do know things. They can sense things.
So you and I just went and did some Holy Mischief.
Yes.
And I found out you used to work here at Georgia Highlands where we're recording.
Georgia Highlands, yes. I was a music major, went to Berry College and then to University of Tennessee. Got my master's degree in vocal performance. And then for 26 years, I taught on the college level. I taught at Berry for 6 years. And then 20 years here at Georgia Highlands.
Yeah, so you were an old pro. We went out and we gave out some Snickers because Snickers satisfies.
That's right.
To students and people who are working. The schools just started back last week, and it's good to see some activity going on.
Of year.
Yeah. This is such a great campus. I really love it.
It's a wonderful place for Cartersville to have that access.
Yeah.
For college.
So how did you make a transition from music and music teaching to being a business owner in downtown Cartersville?
Well, actually, the last year that I was at Berry, I had been dabbling a little bit in antiques. Both sets of my grandparents were in the antique business, and so a lot of people who are familiar with me and familiar with Bartow County, they're going to remember that my father's people had Adams Antiques up in Cassville.
Okay.
So I grew up around that business, and then in '98 I started dabbling a little bit in some of the different antique shops here in town, and then in 2003, the current location for It's About Time Boutique, I opened the Cartersville Antique Gallery there.
Okay.
So in addition to teaching, I also had that business on the side. It was a miniature mall. I probably had about a third of the space, but I rented out to other dealers, and then my father also helped run it for a lot of the time, especially when I was very busy with teaching and couldn't be there, but I was always there on the weekends. So that's how getting into retail business in downtown started for me. It's About Time started across the street in the block where Mellow Mushroom and Table 20 exist. in 2013, and then in
Was it in the space we can't speak of?
no,
Okay.
no, it wasn't.
I just wanted to throw that in there. That's just a little mischief. It's nothing holy about it.
Let's see. No, there isn't. Lulabelle's Closet is in that space
Okay.
at present. But
Gotcha.
so Dan started It's About Time Boutique at that time. And in 2016, my responsibilities here at the college were really growing. And so I wanted less to do. So we merged the two stores. So It's About Time Boutique featuring the Carsville Antique Gallery, because I had,
Okay.
and still do have a lot of antique furniture throughout the store. It's hard to see it because everything's
There's
covered
stuff on
up
it.
so
Yeah.
much. But then I retired from teaching 2 years ago. 3 years ago, right after my father passed, we were able to get the store right next to It's About Time Boutique. And so we opened 'Tis the Season, our year-round Christmas store.
Yeah.
We called it 'Tis the Season because we also highlight Easter and we highlight Halloween, but throughout the year it's always Christmas.
Okay.
And then 7 weeks ago, I was able to open my new store, and boom, 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 all three right in a row.
Right in a row.
And it's R. Adams Antiques and Fine Gifts. So it really is my pet baby project that I've kind of always had in the back of my mind. And so it has antique furniture, American antique furniture featuring Southern examples, which is what I really love and have always collected. And then I have other period accessories like English tea caddies and different boxes. I like that. But I'm buffering that with a lot of nice fine-end gifts and have a strong kitchen section. So things that just bring me joy, I'm trying to put that together in one
Spread
collection.
the joy through.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
I love it. So I always think that pieces have a story.
Absolutely.
Like I really love that episode of Friends where Rachel brings home something from Pottery Barn, and she tells Phoebe, "Oh no, I got it at a flea market, and it's from the days of yore, and it's
Yes,
an apothecary
Days
table."
of Yore, that's right.
The days of yore. What is the best story that you can remember about a piece of antique furniture?
Well, I don't know that I have a specific story about a particular piece because because of the Southern focus that I have, I've been doing antique shows across the Southeast for a while now, and one of the big shows is in Nashville every February. People want to know its history.
Right.
They want to know the county that it was from, the people that had it through the years. And so that's a really valuable source of information that should go along with pieces of that age.
Yeah.
So I really work to try and find out as much information as I possibly can. One of the sugar chests, the sugar chest is my favorite piece.
Okay.
Sugar at one time in the South was more valuable than land. And so when sugar was available, it would come up the Mississippi River. And so people were maybe only able to purchase sugar a couple of times a year. It came in cones. And so upper middle class and well-to-do homes would have these pieces made to put the cones of sugar in. And then the lady of the household would have the key, and she would lock it up to keep it away from everybody else, the prying hands, so that they would have it available to them.
Okay.
And so there's certain manufacturers in certain areas, especially Middle Tennessee and Middle Kentucky, where these pieces were generated. And I just find it fascinating. I love Tennessee and Kentucky furniture the most, even though I'm a Georgia boy.
Interesting. I did not know that. I didn't know they had a special thing made for sugar.
Yes, and then growing up with my parents, my mother especially loved Victorian antiques. And I have a collection of pickle casters and a collection of biscuit barrels at the store. And the Victorians just had a serving piece for everything. So it was, very highbrow and very ornate, but they're beautiful pieces of artwork today.
Yeah, nice. So I know with all of these people coming in and out of the store, there's probably an example of Holy Mischief or an act of kindness. And maybe it's not from the store, maybe it's from somewhere else. Do you have an example or a story for us?
Well, I'm actually trying to carry some brands too in the store that give back to communities. And so we were sent some samples of peanuts, and some of them were flavored dill pickle flavor and jalapeno peanuts and bear mix and all kinds of different things. And the company is called Bear Food, and the guy that originated the company, his brother has Down syndrome. And he kept worrying a lot about his brother and how he was going to be able to function later in life and have a job and have purpose. And so this particular brand of food is giving back to a ministry called Rainbow Express. They're based out of North Carolina. And so I have all the paperwork there, and proceeds of all of that goes back to help that particular ministry.
That's amazing. I love that. I love a business with a cause. I think
Absolutely.
That's great.
The jalapeno peanuts are my favorite.
Are they?
I have to stay out of them, otherwise I eat everything.
I do love going into 'tis the season because I always just the feelings of Christmas
Yes.
are always happy to me.
Yes.
And I walk into that store and I think this is how the world should feel. This is heaven. This is what heaven feels like. A little bit of Christmas every day.
Yes. I mean, we started it because we wanted to bring some joy to people, you know, and we still have people, oh, a Christmas store. Well, yes, a Christmas store, you know,
Yeah.
there's power in Christmas. And so I'll tell this story. I'm getting to an age now where I love to tell stories, but soon after we opened, I was conversing with a lady who was checking out at the counter, and she was talking about, well, you know, the Grinch wasn't really my favorite, but she loved, I don't even remember what it was that she loved, and I told her that, you know, I love Charlie Brown and the Peanuts and all of that. And so back in the back corner, this man could overhear our conversation, and he bellowed from the back, and I won't scream because I'll bust the microphone right now. The Grinch is about redemption. And so, you know, at that moment, I realized, you know, everything is not everybody's taste,
Right.
of course, but there is meaning and there's stories that you can pull from all of these different aspects of the Christmas story.
Yeah, I love it. And I'm going to do a sermon series at Christmas time about Christmas at the movies.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to use Grinch, and the big scuttlebutt is which Grinch are you using?
Oh, right. Which one to select?
And I don't know. I mean, I used to be all old school, but the Jim Carrey one is amazing. And then I saw the Benedict Cumberbatch one a couple of years ago, and he
I have not seen that one.
he does a phenomenal job as the Grinch.
He's a great actor.
And they have some hip hop Christmas songs in there, which is an
Okay.
unusual genre, hip hop Christmas. And so I don't know. I don't know.
I wish I knew who he was, but usually during the October to the end of the year, there's a guy that dresses up as the Grinch and walks around downtown. And so he always pops in.
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's
he's,
good stuff.
You know, it's always a great photo opportunity for folks when he's around.
Okay. I remember going to Helen when I was little,
yes.
and Helen always had a Christmas store. And I, you know, kids would make a beeline for the fudge shop. I was like, when are we going to the Christmas store? I just want to go to the Christmas store. I just remember loving it. And I think my Holy Mischief challenge for people listening to this episode right now is to, if you know someone who celebrates Christmas, on a non-December month, go and buy a Christmas ornament for someone, like for their birthday or for Valentine's Day. Or it means so much at a different time of year, and it helps you remember those good feelings of Christmas. That I think it means a lot. I like to go in there and get they have this ornament. I can't remember the name of it, but it's an Advent kindness ornament. Like every day, it's like an act of kindness for you and your kids to do.
Oh, yes.
There's like a diary with it.
I think it's called the Kindness Ornament.
The kindness ornament.
Company is Dimdaco.
Yeah.
And it has like this QR code where you scan it every
Mm-hmm.
day during the month of December leading up. And so the child has an act of kindness that he's supposed to go and achieve that for that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's a little different take on the elf on the shelf kind of thing.
Yeah,
It's actually putting things into motion.
I bought that for 3 different people, and I don't think I have one myself. I think I need to go get one this year. So, Robert, if you were going to issue a challenge to people listening, a Holy Mischief challenge, what would you want to challenge people to do?
Well, growing up in the church, my mother was the organist at Douglas Street United Methodist here in town.
Oh.
And so I
See, I
just
didn't know that either.
grew up
Learning all these
around
things.
music and grew up around the hymns of the church. And so as I was growing up, my mother's best friend said, well, I have some tickets to this concert. I want y'all to come with us. So when I was 12 years of age, I went down to the Atlanta Civic Center with my parents and saw Sandy Patty in concert.
Oh, wow.
And my life was changed.
Mm-hmm.
So since then, I have been one of her biggest fans and followed her career probably too closely. But anyway, one of the platforms that she had one time was, as we've already kind of mentioned here, was called Finding the Joy. And she said if, she happened to be in a church service and she heard somebody who was singing off key behind her, well, thank you, God, for my hearing, that I can hear that, And it's all about perspective in our lives. Our lives are so busy, so consumed with things that we fail to witness the God moments. So a lot of Holy Mischief is giving something to somebody else, but sometimes we have to find the joy for ourselves.
Oh, I love it.
And so we have to think about, well, why is this bugging me? But let's flip the other side of the coin and find the joy in that moment.
I love it. Find the joy. I follow a guy on TikTok. That's how he ends all of his TikToks. Find your joy.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. As a gift, I have a little something for you. So I have a Holy Mischief button because you are a Holy Mischief maker and you should wear that proudly. And then these cards, they advertise the podcast a little bit on one side, but if you take this to Noble in Maine, you can get a free coffee and you can treat a friend as well. A little Holy Mischief for you. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Well, I have brought you a gift too.
You got some Holy Mischief.
After I have already shown it to you, but I'm going to leave you with ornament that we had designed that features Cartersville, but it has a little caricature of Miss Pepper on there. So
I love it.
Yes.
I love it. And I love that you have different ornaments every year for Cartersville. So good.
This year's annual ornament that we've done is of the Grand Theater, and it has the Nutcracker scenes around it since they do the Nutcracker every year.
Love it. Love it. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed today's dose of hope and Holy Mischief. A big thank you to Trinity United Methodist Church for sponsoring this podcast and supporting stories that uplift our community. Until next time, keep spreading kindness and making a difference. And remember, God loves you, and so do I.